Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Jason. That's Moose and Rigby. We're part-time gold prospectors based in Wisconsin. And today I planned on doing a little bit of suction tubing, aka hand dredging, on one of the local rivers near-ish my area. And it turns out the water is a little bit high, so I'm going to drive around just a little bit, see if I can't find a spot that I can get my dredge, my little hand dredge working. And en route to such a location, I came across this. Well, there's the road, and you can see there's a creek running right down alongside of the road here. And I noticed from the road that there are some really good looking gravel deposits, these big old gravel bars right here. I've never seen this before, and there's all kinds of gravel pushed up into the woods. They must have really had quite the flood. Hey there, Moose. Yeah, okay. And it's really tasty looking, I tell you what. Now this is all going to be glacial gravels, etc. And you know, glacial till is not known to have lots and lots of gold. Sorry about that. I'm trying to crawl under some sticks and such here. All right, now we're out on this deposit. I guarantee you 100% this is all glacial till right here, but it's been worked. Now this, like I was about to say, this glacial till isn't known to have lots and lots of gold. There's a speck here and a speck there, kind of mixed in the bulk of it, I guess you would say. But water will concentrate that material down into heavies and lights, and that's exactly what it's doing here. You can see the heavy rocks are down towards the bottom here a little bit more, and then everything gets pushed up, and you can see the lighter rocks are way up here at the top. But there are some pretty interesting looking areas, and you can see down in here there's some mighty large boulders sticking out of the banks all over the place here too. Now I think before we go trudging around the countryside looking for a spot to hand dredge, I'm going back to my truck and I'm going to get me a pan and a shovel, and we're going to do some testing down in here. It's a really nice day out in the mid 60s. It's earlier in the morning. Yeah, they like to have a good time in the water. So let's go see if we can't find a little bit of color. And Rigby just gave me an excellent idea. Why don't we do a start to finish video? Right from a brand new spot, get out of the truck, grab your stuff. Where would you dig your first pan? So that's what we're gonna do. But first, I'm gonna show you why this is here. Now that's a brand new culvert right there. The old one's still right there, but this section of the road got washed out under a huge flood not that long ago. And actually there was a monster tornado, well, for around here, it was a pretty good sized tornado off that way, and we'll take a little look at the damage that thing did on the way out of here. Indeed, there was a tornado that went through here. Ay, 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 ay. But that's a new culvert, and there was an immense amount of water rushing through here and working up all these gravels here. Now these banks are all going to be made out of glacial till, and all the soil and etc's got washed right out of there, and it's leaving these big deposits of gravels. And I can see there's more deposits down in there, and we're going to get to that stuff in just a minute. But where do you dig just getting out of the truck on a brand new spot? Well, the water, that road wasn't even there. That water was running right from the other side of the road right through here, just like a big river, and it was smashing up against all this stuff here and coming right around and washing this stuff out. So I'm going to take, and it was an immense amount of water, and the gold we're looking for is pretty darn small. So I'm going to go down to where it widens out here a little bit, and the water had a chance to get through that pinch point right there, and it wouldn't be so rough and turbulent down in some of these areas over here. As you can see, the water went way back in there. That's 20-25 feet. And then it was up into the banks up in there. So somewhere in here there's a little bit less water flow. So I'm going to take some samples out of some of this stuff in here. As you can see, the water was, see, all these are all laid flat going this way. All the water was coming through here, and there's a few dead zones Like back behind this old stump right here, there's some gravel still built up around that. And like this big piece of bark got pushed up against some of these trees here, and right around the back side of that, there's another little gravel deposit right here. See that all the way up, right up and underneath there behind that little blockage. So some of these might be worth pecking off. So I'm gonna grab my pan, which is in my backpack, on my back. And we're gonna do a little bit of panning. A scoop and a pan. That's all we need to do some of the testing in this area right here, and it's fun. All right, now I'm gonna try right in this area first where that piece of bark up against these trees right here is acting like a little, I don't know, a dam, if you will, and it's creating a low pressure zone right behind it. And it's got this deposit in a straight line just like that. So there was plenty of water running on both sides of this thing, creating this deposit here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of this here debris, just like that, so I can see what's going on in there. And take some of these samples right out of this here stuff, just like that. All right, we're getting some really nice looking stuff out of here. And it doesn't look to be real heavy black sand or sands of any kind. Your typical run-of-the-mill, I don't know, granitic glacial till sand. But there is gold in this glacial till, and especially in this area that I've found, I got some fairly good spots around here. So now I have a pretty good pan right here, overflowing. Let's go see if we can find some black sand and ultimately gold. Look at that guy. He's having fun. Well, the results are in. We did have a little bit of black sand. As you can see, not very much. And it's powder fine. And ultimately, no darn gold. But that doesn't discourage me too much. And I'll tell you why. The material, say straight down right in here, has been worked and worked and worked over a longer period of time. And it's had time to settle in here and perhaps run in streaks over the years. Whereas the material up in there, you know, maybe once in a few years this gets flooded out, and it just doesn't have the time to concentrate in the manner that we would like. So I think what we're gonna do is focus on this stuff here. Let me get a pan out of a choice spot in here somewhere and see if there's any difference in the amount of black sand and maybe some gold. So the first spot I'm gonna try in the creek is gonna be, that's pretty much basically an inside bend right there. But I'm gonna come down a little bit further, like I said, where it opens up a little bit, and look for something in the water behind something that I think is gonna act like a gold catch. And this is one of the first things I see right here. Now this stump here, I don't know, it probably hasn't been here all that long, but it's been here long enough to gather some pretty good sized gravels right behind it. And you can see they go right up tight into that thing right there. And there's also a few sticks and whatnot. It's kind of acting like a dam. You can see it run right down there. All those gravels are built up against those sticks and whatnot. So I'm going to take a scoop of right in there. All right, and from that we actually did get one small piece of gold right there. Mighty small. That's for sure. There was just a touch more black sand in this stuff here. I don't know what is going on with my phone today. It just doesn't want to focus. There we go. But anyway, I think I just got to get a little bit deeper, and I'm going to go right in the middle of this darn thing. I don't know, 3 shovels deep, just to see if anything is a little more highly concentrated down just a little bit deeper. And basically the same thing, down, I don't know, 1.5 feet or so. I can tell that as I'm digging, I'm starting to run into some larger boulders. It's going to be darn near impossible to get those out of here without sticking a ton of effort into this place. And I just don't think it's going to be quite worth it, because the There is no clay here that I found yet, and the bedrock is down so gall darn far. For the amount of gold you'll get out of this area, it just wouldn't be feasible. Not far from here, there's a couple of cricks that I can go and get, I don't know, a few pieces in a pan. But it's always nice to check out new spots. So I think what we're gonna do is get the heck out of here. Whoa, blooper reel. And we're gonna take a little ride around, see if we can't find a little spot to do some suction dredging. And if we can't, we'll go to another creek and we'll see if we can't put a few pieces in the pan. All right, we are close to the location I really wanted to check out. But I tell you what, it is thick as all get out in here. I'm trying to find a way through all these pokey cedar branches and whatnot. I can hear it back in there. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we're getting there. Hey boys. Yeah, I can see some water out there, and I know that out in there there's some pretty good flat, well, not all flat, there's some jagged bedrock type locations, but I really think it's going to be too high. Yeah, this water is all the way up into the woods here. There's no way we're going to be able to get out there. Let me see if I can hold the camera out there. Yeah, that water is ripping through there. We'll never, ever, ever be able to get out there and hand dredge. And if you fall in, you'll never get out. Well, that water being so darn high on the big river there, we just came over to this here creek where I know we'll get some gold. And there's some tornado damage around here too. Pretty good sized trees laying around. What's in there, Moose? All right, let's get up to our spot and I'll show you that we can get gold in darn near every pan here. Hey, look. It's a hippie lollipop. Hey guys, did you see the size of that chicken? Well, we made it. There's a nice little walk through the woods into a great spot here. It's kind of wide open cedar swamp, and there is gold here. I mean, I brought my buddy Andy from Papa Rock Z down here, and we found some color. I was finding it in this little offshoot channel right here. And it's not always about going out and getting the mother lode. Sometimes it's just nice to get out there and enjoy your hobby, and that's what we're doing today. I did bring along my small river sluice here. I brought my classifier along, and we're gonna, I don't know, maybe fill up a couple of pails out of this material and see how many pieces of gold we can get and just enjoy our day. And we are always getting new people subscribed to our channel, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So sometimes I just like to backtrack and go over some of the stuff that some of us already know. But this is a classifier. It takes out the bigger rocks and the bigger gravels, so I'd only have to run the smallest of the stuff that I want over my sluice. The gold around here is incredibly small, and you don't want to waste your time sending huge rocks over your sluice like that when all you're looking for is teeny weeny little dots of gold. That stuff will ruin the riffle system on there, all the water flow, capture areas and all that. So you always want to run according to the size of the gold you're catching. Now I just take this here pail and I fill that up about halfway with water, just like that. Whoops. And I grab my shovel right here. And I grab a shovel full of stuff right out of this here. I'm doing all this with one hand, mind you. That goes in there. And you just grab the handles, give it a little spin, and it's clean. All the sand and hopefully gold is out of there and in that pail. Let's fill that baby up. We'll set up our sluice and see what we get. Rigby, will you run back and get me another one of those hippie lollipops? Well, he don't want to do that, but we are going to have a snack. This snack time is brought to you by Old Trapper beef jerky slabs. Ooh, they like that. They need that. They're hard-working miners. All right, we've got a pail. We've got our sluice up and running. Just got to grab our scoop. We'll walk back up here and start scooping. Yeah, might not be set up like I can do it in my shop, but it's pretty good. Grab some of this here and we'll whip it on there. I don't want that to run off of there too darn fast. That might be a little quick. So I'll throw a few more on here and kind of see. It looks like it's leaning that way just a hair. But we'll get our dialed in one way or the other. We're out here having fun. What are you doing, Moose? He's having fun too. That's what's going on. All right, we've got that whole pail run through our sluice. It's time to do a cleanup. Plenty of black material in there. Nice and clean. Let's do some panning. Oh, there's all kinds of black sand in that stuff. Looks pretty microfine too. I already see a piece of gold in that corner right over there. Please focus. 2 of them. Hey, 3. Might be onto something here. I'm going to take 2 hands to do this. Oh, heck yeah, there's gold all over in there. I'll be darned. Let me rustle up 2 hands so I can do this proper like. Ooh, it's tipping. We'll see what the results are. It's pretty darn good if you ask me. I'm really having some issues seeing the gold in this wood. Same issues my camera is having. And I know I'm letting some of this gold get by me here because I just can't get anywhere where I can see it. There's no sunlight in here and everything's reflecting. But look at the gold showing up on there. Let me see if I can get that in 3. Look at that. That's only about 5/8 of a pail right there. That's pretty darn good, especially for this area. Let me get that back down into 1. I'm definitely gonna run a couple more pails. I'm absolutely enjoying this hobby right now. I'm not out here busting hump by any means. I'm taking my time. I got cool water all over the place. My dogs are swimming, and watch this. I got nature's frigid wonder right here. That's right, nice and cold. Well, we're running away, and I don't know if we're just down a little bit deeper in that spot or what's going on here, but I'm noticing like that piece right there, how darn glare that one right there, sticking on my indicator mat. Way more gold today than I had the last time I was working in that spot. I did notice that the tip of my clay my shovel just started licking on some clay. Not that real dense clay or anything, just the real dirty looking clay, but god darn it, I'm seeing all kinds of gold in this stuff right here for sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is finish off 3 more pails on this without cleaning it out, or maybe I'll clean it out, who knows. And we're gonna get this stuff home and get it cleaned up with some glasses on and an ice cold PBR, because the one I brought along is long gone. Well, it started raining. We almost got all our pails run. I think we got, I would say 5 full pails run or so. Maybe not quite full. So I just thought I'd flip the camera on here. Show you guys a little bit of my walk out. It's a nice location. Fairly easy walking. This is one of my favorite spots of all time. That's for sure. Boys even know how to get in and out of here, don't you boys? All right. Well, before I get stuck in all this mud right here, that's about, if I can get my foot out of it, I don't know, 10 inches deep. We'll get back to the truck. Holy cow, I'm stuck. Blast some tunes and get back to the shop and clean up all these concentrates. I think it's gonna be good. Back in a bit. If it ain't one thing, it's another. I tell ya. Dang trees laying in the road. Get that out of here. Get out of here, yeah. There. All right, back at it. All right, we made it back to our lair. First things first, gotta grab a little something out of the fridge of wonder. All right, we're ready. Now I've got a small container here with a couple of different cleanups in there. I think 3 cleanups in there. That's a good amount, I guess. So we're gonna take that and run it through my kitchen type strainer device. We're gonna turn this stuff into bigs and turn it into smalls, and then we're gonna pan it alls. All right, we'll take that stuff and we'll put it in here. Give it a little squirt out, just like such. There we are. And we're empty. Piece of cake. Well, let's take that stuff. Kitchen type strainer device the heck out of it. There we go. This is everything larger than kitchen type strainer device. Throw it in that pan. We'll pan it out first. Bum, 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 bum. There's all the gold from the bigs. Right there. Can't you see it? Well, me either. But we still have this really nice looking pile of littles right here. Smalls, if you will. And I can see a couple pieces of gold scattered about here and there. And it actually looked pretty darn good out in the field. I didn't have my glasses. I didn't have nothing. I couldn't see anything out there. I tell you. So let's get this stuff panned out. All right, we have her all done. Not too darn bad. We only ran a few pails. I mean, it's not the beach. It's not my really good spot out west. But we got some pretty darn good looking gold right here. And it's not all just absolutely minus a trillion like you see some of the pieces up in the edge there. There's some bigger flakes in there. I'm quite pleased. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We sure did. I wish it wouldn't have started raining. We might have stuck around just a little bit longer. We were sure having a lot of fun. It's a great hobby to get into, and it doesn't always have to be about going out and getting the mother lode. It's just plain old fun. So until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Check out our Patreon page in the description box below. Flourgoldwizards, out.